Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Think we can take that thing?
No way. Forget about it.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Corruption!
Custody of your movement is simply incredibly strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
I let my guard down.
Stay away from my friend.
Don't mind if I do.
Armor won't save you!
It's over.
Prepare to be sealed!
Double
Take
demon
this.
fang.
Dragon form! Air pressure!
Healing circle!
Okay, here I go. Why'd you heal me? This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Dragon Swarm!
Tiger Blade!
Sword Lane Alpha!
A thrilling performance!
Dragon Swarm!
Tiger Blade!
Try harder!
Here, let me help.
Dragon Swarm!
Don't mind if I do.
On your knees!
This one's mine!
Smash you! Air pressure!
Tiger Blade! Their arts were interrupted.
Going
Dragon
in!
Swarm!
Here's evil.
Thanks for the concern.
Simple repayment for a favor owed.
I don't grant favors, and I don't accept them either.
Look sharp!
Ready to go.
Imbue with
Tiger
your
Blade!
soul
Sword
with
Lane
light!
Alpha! Dragon Swarm!
Healing circle.
The strength to march on!
Take that!
Lionheart!
I owe you one. This one's all mine!
Reload.
Take this!
Switch to offense!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Look sharp! Elusive deity! Rotating
Why it's mine.
Not today! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Confiscating.
Fairy circle!
Glacier
Is that a
field.
healing arm?
Here's
It
evil.
is. I can't ignore your pain.
Freeze
I'll try to
laser.
be more careful. Double
This
demon
one's
fang!
mine!
Thank you!
Cyan instant.
Storm!
By the Tiger Blade.
Forgive me!
Gemini Alpha.
You have to...
My pride was my downfall.
Snake of the abyssal deep!
Water.
Clear for
Here's
attack!
Tiger Blade. Spread. Here. Flame of fury. Burning strike.
Water!
Hear my call.
Take this!
Everlasting darkness! Negative gate! On your knees!
Time to shine.
Air
Here. Flame
pressure.
of fury. Burning strike.
Water!
Hear my call.
I'm not done!
Here goes. Glacial spear.
Try
Here's
harder.
evil.
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze lit. Sir. And out.
No escape! It's time!
Resuscitation.
Piercing roar!
No rest for the wicked.
I never miss.
Eat this!
Crescent moon!
Raging Luna Storm!
Tiger Blade!
Confiscating.
Armor
Reload.
won't save you! I'll save you!
Flame of fury.
Sword Lane Alpha!
Glacial spear.
No.
Here's evil.
Can't end here! I couldn't make it in time.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Falling storm!
Resuscitate.
Tiger Blade!
Corruption.
One
Time.
Blast. Watson.
Gonna need more.
Annihilation.
No further!
Tiger Blade!
Burning
Try
strike.
harder! My turn! Dragon Swarm! I'm not done! Sword Lane Alpha!
Radiant array. Annihilation. Here. Flame of fury. Burning strike.
This one's
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! This
Wait.
one's all mine!
Elusive deity!
Illumination.
Shield!
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes!
Here's a healing art.
You're mine!
Through me!
You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the earth!
You'll pay for that!
Primed and ready.
Double
This
demon
one's
fang!
mine. I'm here.
One snake wing!
Here's a healing
Tiger
art.
Blade!
First aid.
Such unadulterated fury!
Down low. How's this?
Is this it?
No further! From... the...
This should do
When
it!
you this vanquished soul
This
is
one's
right!
mine.
And more of this and I'll burn out!
Annihilation!
I'm not done!
Storm! Reload!
Sword Rain
Raging
Alpha!
Luna Storm!
Not on my watch! Back into the
you
fray!
take it
One
so
more!
I'm not
Go
done!
into the shadows!
Dragon!
Armor won't save you!
Tiger Blade!
Strike!
Let's keep up the pressure! Denied!
All mine! Eat dirt!
Dragon
Dragon
Blade!
Swarm!
Everlasting
This
darkness!
one's mine!
Tiger
Negative
Blade!
gate!
By the
Sword
power
Rain
of
Alpha!
Spirit flame! Reload!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Dragon Swarm!
On your knees!
Going
Sword Rain Alpha!
Spirit flame! Reload!
Guess I have to use it
Here I come!
sometimes!
Lunar
Dragon
Blast!
Swarm!
I'm all stuffed up! Ready!
Blade!
Negative gate!
Shattering the pieces!
Resonate with the earth!
This should
Watch
do it!
yourself!
Ruin!
Incredible power!
All mine! Not today!
Going in! Look that move!
Here comes the big one!
Tiger Blade!
Take this!
Sighted! One more!
Strike!
Here, let me help!
Double Demon Fang!
Down! Your art! Falling! Storm!
A new leaf on life!
Piercing roar!
Take this!
Will this help?
Sword Rain Alpha!
It's in your hands now.
Healing circle!
I owe you one.
Out of the woods, it seems.
Falling storm!
Take this!
Corruption! Where are you going? Here goes! Not on my watch! Hear me! Flame of
Raging
Spirit!
Luna
Tiger
Storm!
Blade!
Glacial Spear!
Double
Here's
Demon
evil!
Fang!
Shattering
Falling
to
storm!
pieces!
My head's spinning just watching you!
All mine! You picked the wrong fight!
I'm almost impressed.
Our praise comes from you.
I said almost. Don't be carried away.
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Here's a healing
Here I
orb.
come!
Resonate with the earth!
Aid!
I owe you one.
Stalagmite!
So now you're getting
On your
serious?
Double Demon Fang!
Lunar corruption!
Coming through! Ha!
Falling storm!
Resonate with the earth!
Tiger Blade!
On your knees!
Not in your dreams!
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar corruption!
Take this!
Tiger Blade!
I'll smash you!
Amazing.
Strike!
I'll face you!
Demon Fang!
Power of water!
Spirit
Sword Rain
flame!
Alpha! No escape!
Elusive deity!
Lunar blast! Let the marksman handle this.
Into everlasting in a bind!
Gravitas field!
Piercing roar!
Ignite!
Mega ray!
Radiant light!
Torn up!
Force of regeneration!
I never miss!
Take this!
This one's mine!
Regenerate!
That's
Don't
it!
suffer in silence!
Lunar
Sword Rain
corruption!
Alpha!
Piercing
I owe you
roar!
one.
Art expert coming through!
Negative gate!
Confiscated!
On your knees!
Cyan instant!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm! Not a chance!
Use its weak point to take it down!
All together,
Dragon
everyone!
Swarm!
This
Sword
one's
Rain
mine!
Alpha!
Elusive
Double
deity!
Demon Fang!
None shall
No,
No further!
can't end. Here!
An outstanding effect!
Ray!
Piercing roar!
There!
Cyan instant!
Here I come!
Make way!
You're
It
finished!
looks like we made a mess!
Art expert coming through! Annihilation! Mega
Take
ray!
this!
I'll face you! Elusive deity!
It's over!
Over? Forgive me. It is my fault. All yours, Kisara!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds. Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Right.
Excuse me!
Well... Really? What's your...
Okay.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
This is to camp in.
Yeah, there's lots of plants and wildlife here.
I know, and it all looks friggin' delicious too!
Who said anything about eating them?
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
I've got a bad feeling about this one.
Me too. Better keep our distance.
Coming through!
Annihilation! Hear me!
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
Water, hear my call!
Aim for the weak spot. Now I can let loose.
If it's in the sky,
I'll
it's
stop
mine.
its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Elusive deity!
Take this! Power of
Taking the
fire!
finish!
This one's mine!
Amazing.
Not today!
You're
mine!
Cyan instant!
You're mine!
Don't mind if I do!
Can't get out of this!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Spirit flame! Reload!
Tiger blade!
Now you see what I can do!
Here's evil!
Skip it!
Freeze laser!
You're mine! Strike!
Freezing
How
storm!
about this?
Does it
Double
hurt?
demon fang!
Elusive deity!
Will this help?
This one's all
This
mine!
healing circle!
Appreciate it! Not today!
Seismic rupture!
Here I come!
Glacial
Elusive
spear!
deity!
Nothing gets by me!
Hitting pile driver! Can you take it?
Freeze lancer!
Double demon fang!
Ready! Not in your dreams! Tiger blade! Reload!
Take it! New escape!
Lunar corruption!
You're down! Catapult!
Instant shadow!
Seismic rupture! A thrilling
Sword Rain
performance!
Alpha! Try harder! Not a chance!
Benediction
Strike!
light.
This one's mine!
Heal.
Lunar corruption! Where are you going? Anything in armor is
Time
all
to
mine!
shine. I can carve through armor!
On the ground! You're
I'll
finished!
heal you all!
Everlasting dark.
Judgment spin!
Not today!
Healing circle!
Dragon
I owe
form!
you one for that! Take this!
Try
Lunar
this!
corruption!
I'm in your debt.
Gemini Aqua! Here, let me help.
Here I come!
Ready!
Begin!
Crescent moon! Confiscated!
Not so fast!
Tiger blade! What?
Elusive deity!
Lunar corruption!
Hitting pile
I'm
driver!
not
Lunar
done!
cloud! Wasn't sweet!
Double demon
Tiger
fang!
blade!
You're
Into
finished!
the shadows!
Over?
Come on! I will find
I'm
one.
gonna need more of that
Searing
medicine.
flame!
Strike! Sword Rain Alpha!
Mega ray!
Double demon fang!
Denied! Back into the fray! Crescent moon! Here, let me help!
Take this!
Tiger blade!
You're finished! Sword Rain Alpha! Dragon form!
Fluidity of your move
Too much!
simply
Tiger
incredible.
blade!
Now you see what I can do!
Glacial spear! I'm expert! Coming through! Freeze
That's all.
lancer!
Burn in hell!
Benediction light.
Make it rain!
Okay. Doubly! In an instant! Impact block!
Glacial spear! Pierce the evil!
You're mine!
Where are you going?
Everlasting darkness.
Prepare to be
blade.
healed!
In a bind?
Let's go! Here, let me help! First aid!
Does it hurt? Seismic
Sword Rain Alpha!
unadulterated fury.
My head!
Shine, radiant
Denied.
light, force of regeneration. Back.
What's about to people? Here goes! By the power of
Over.
water!
There!
Snake of the abyssal deep, clear
All
from the
right,
path.
that does it!
Aqua
Here I
art to being interrupted. I can carve through armor. You.
Back into the fray! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! I'll
Here I
heal you
come!
all!
Dragon swarm!
Falling
Sword
storm!
Rain Alpha!
Your helping me has become a habit.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
Catapult! Here I come!
Cyan!
Double demon fang!
I'm ready! I never miss!
Elusive deity. Hitting pile driver.
Eat dirt!
Tornado drive.
Cyan!
So now you're getting
No
serious?
further.
By the power of water! Don't mind if I do! Escape my judgment! Crescent moon!
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Double demon fang!
Falling storm!
Stay away from my friends!
Healing
It's
circle!
showtime! You're finished!
I'll bring you
Dragon
back from
form!
death!
Denied! I owe you one for
And
that.
more of this and I'll burn out!
I'll smash you. Out of the woods, it seems.
Judgment spin!
Here I
Flame
come!
of fury!
You're finished!
Tiger
Sword
blade!
Rain Alpha!
Hear my call! All heal! Red! Glacial spear!
Dragon
Here's
form!
evil! Here goes!
Double demon fang!
None shall escape my judgment!
Dragon Roar! It's wide open!
It won't
Try this.
escape me!
I'm almost impressed!
My friends coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Piercing sword! Water, hear my call!
Take it
Down!
Your art!
Freezing storm!
Rage in a bind.
Ice tornado! Tiger blade! Reload!
Not today!
I'll face you.
Annihilation!
Dragon!
This one's mine! I'm on
Take this! Try harder! Now! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
On guard!
No.
Leave the charge
Can't end here!
Forgive me. This is my fault. Elusive. Unadulterated fury.
Sloppy!
Beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation.
Gemini Aqua!
Another incantation ruined. No further. Anything in armor is all mine.
Art sealed!
Now you see what I can do.
Confiscated!
I'm on it. That's much
Fires
better.
of passion courses Dragon
Shout! I owe you
Now!
one. Remember!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
With this, I can become even stronger!
This realm doesn't seem like such a bad place to camp in.
Yeah, there's lots of plants and wildlife here.
I know, and it all looks freaking delicious too!
Who said anything about eat?
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
You finally made it.
Okay.
Seriously?
Well,
What the?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
We've reached our destination.
No choice. No escape.
This one's mine!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!
I have a bad feeling about this.
Not like this! Stay away from my friend!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough. Go for the weak point!
Ignite! Sword Rain Alpha! Oh, thank you! Double
I
Demon!
never miss!
You're helping! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
No further! Is this it? I couldn't make it in time.
Think we can take that thing?
No way. Forget about it.
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
We've reached our destination.
Did you used to come here when you were young? Ricky? Isara?
We're in for a long slog with this one!
Escape my gun!
Too much, so fleet of foot. Appropriate.
Less talking and more doing.
Make it in
On
time.
field!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with resuscitation.
Not like this!
Freezing storm!
To march on. Lion in a bind.
Lunar corruption!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Raging
I may have
wind
bit off more than I could chew.
It's over!
Flame of Fury!
I'm ready!
Burning This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go.
I'm not done! Sword Rain
Resuscitation!
Alpha!
Shine.
Double
Radiant
Demon
light.
Fang! Dragon Swarm!
Going in!
Thanks for the concern.
Simple repayment for a favor of.
I don't grant gifts, and I don't accept them either.
Take this!
Healing circle!
You're enough!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Raging lunar
Where are
storm.
you going?
Ready and ready! Piercing Raw! Burn!
Take this.
Hear my call!
I'm ready. Look. Hey. Blow them away. You're being targeted.
go! Double Demon Fang! Not far enough!
You won't get away with that!
You can't get out of this.
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Ready! Flare tornado!
Double Demon Fang!
Elusive deity.
Do it!
Go ahead! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! This one's mine!
Take this!
Elusive
You're
deity.
finished!
Taking pile driver.
Going in!
Take this! It's over! This one's all mine! Burn it down! You have to hold on! Take this! Double Demon Fang!
From beyond. I'm ready.
Dragon Swarm mine! You're
My
finished!
arts are being interrupted.
You're mine! You're mine! It's go time! I'll smash you!
Healing Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
No escape!
Spread!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Confiscated!
No escape!
Take this.
Dragon Swarm!
Can you take it? Does it hurt?
This one's all mine! Burn it out! He can't lay a finger on you!
I prefer it that way.
Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady.
Something you wanted to say?
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready!
Sword Rain Alpha!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Lightning! Falling storm! Reload! I'm out!
Elusive deity!
Double Demon Fang!
Taking fire!
Can't be happening!
Forgive me.
Dragon Swarm!
My fault.
Anything in armor is all mine! Here, let me help!
Save you!
This one's all mine! Burn! Thunder Touch! Take this!
Can you take it? Take this!
Dragon Swarm!
Going in!
Take... Here I come!
Elusive deity!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Tiger Blade! Lion Prowl!
Over? It's in your hands now.
How do you like being pounded into shape? I don't have much left. All right, let me at him. Tiger Blade! Flaming Meteor! I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa! No chance! Tiger Blade! Ready! Not like this!
Okay, off we go.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. They... You try to get in our way. We'll take them down and that'll be that.
Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Maybe something's going on in the forest.
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. All right. Dagnabbit! It got away. Looks like I lost it. Not my lucky day, I guess. Okay, change of plans. Where should I cast my line? Huh. Looks like I lost it. All right. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Nice work!
Reel it in. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
All right. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
That fish put up a fight. Good catch!
Ha! Looks like I lost it. Now, where might those fish be? Reel it in. That was disappointing. And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me? Hell yeah! There's no way you can complain about how this tastes!
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
You finally made it.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
I hate camping out.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danins in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danins in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Right, here goes! You're mine!
Freezing
Dragon
storm!
Swarm!
Going in!
Double Demon Pack!
Tornado! Tiger blade! Not on my watch! Airborne beast! My specialty! Burning
Double Demon Pack!
airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you! Make it really!
All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificent
Come and
job.
face me! You're mine!
Far enough!
You're finished! Burn in hell!
None of come over!
Dragon Swarm!
Here, let me help!
Take this!
Do it! Wait!
Double me! In an instant! Impact block!
Good to know my training is paying off.
There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance! Here I come!
Leave the agile ones to
Dragon
me.
Swarm! Begin! Sword Rain Alpha!
Igneous discharge!
In a vine?
Wanna hear my call?
You're mine!
Easy ensnaring to me.
Laser spear! Towards evil!
Double Demon! Dragon Swarm!
Can't get out of this!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Raging Lunar Storm!
It's over! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
Can you take it? Now or never.
Double Demon
Can't get out
Fang!
of this! I'm ready!
Dragon Swarm!
Blow them away!
Resonate
with the earth!
Move it! Dragon Swarm!
Flame of fury!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Time to shine!
Dragon Swarm!
Make it rain!
You're mine!
Blow them away!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
sense a strange power from this.
So I still had room to grow. Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed round.
No escape!
Armor won't save you!
Damn it!
Don't mind if I do.
This one's ready to go!
Alpha! Double
Switch sides! Make it break!
Reload! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
This one's mine!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
Out of our way!
You're mine!
This one's mine!
This one's mine!
This one's all mine!
Elusive deity!
Dragon form!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
Igneous
Devastation! Lose it!
Begin!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let him mark
Get behind me!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Shine! Radiant
This
light!
one's
Dragon
mine!
form!
Regeneration!
Far enough!
Sword Rain Alpha! Burn!
Healing circle! Stay quick!
And just like that, I'm back in it!
Start by holding the front lock!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
A merry distraction.
There's
No
still more to
further.
go!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Here's the ground and make it ready!
Lunar Blast!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
There!
Shattering the
Into the
going
zone.
in! Attack time! One more!
Elusive deity!
Do it!
Rotating pile driver!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you.
Retreat if you know what's good for you!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! This one's mine!
I'll face you!
Dragon Swarm!
You're
It's
mine!
a duel of the arts!
No complaints here!
Double
Elusive
Demon Fang! This time!
Rotating pile driver!
Eat dirt! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our
Denied.
time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart for your heart's
Demon
content.
Fang! Dragon Swarm!
No further!
It's
Make it
over!
rain!
Reload! Light burst forth!
Radiant